Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining me again for another episode of Crafternoon at Camrose Public Library. My name is Nicole. So today we're going to make a Mother's Day gift. And what you're going to need is an old mason jar, some masking tape or painter's tape, some scissors, a paint color of your choice, and a printed picture of your choice. It doesn't have to be on photo paper or anything, just plain old paper is fine. So the first step, and actually the trickiest step, is to get this paper printed picture taped inside the glass jar where you want it, because that's going to show through once we're done painting it. So with just a piece of masking tape, I stick one on the top and I stick one on the bottom, making sure the sticky side is facing out so that we can tape it inside the jar. We're just going to kind of drop it into the jar, holding on to the very top of the tape. And you kind of have to press it up at the top, sort of line it up as best you can with where you want it to sit. And tape it in. And then to secure the bottom of it, just a ruler or even your paintbrush. The nice thing about using tape instead of trying to glue it to the inside of the jar is that you can switch that photo out if you ever want to. So how we're going to make this really special is we're going to paint the jar. So you can either use some painter's tape to cover your picture, and to make it super fancy, what you can do is take an X-Acto knife and make fancy edges. You could draw it on with a pencil and like make curvy edges. Trying not to cut out too much of your photo. All the way around. And the nice thing about painter's tape is that you can just pull it off and the rest of it will stay stuck there. But what you can also do, I have laying around some of these little chalkboard stickers. We also have like little dots that are meant for decals for walls. Those would work wonderfully too. I had to cut one down to size, but you peel it off and stick it over top of the photo, keeping only in the frame what you want to remain there. Just like that. And then you just paint over the whole shebang. I'm using acrylics. Water-based paints probably won't work the best with glass, so acrylics. You just paint over the whole thing, all the way around the entire jar. You probably are going to want to do a couple of coats. And it might take some experimenting with the painter's tape to get it just the right size for your photo. Painting all the way around. You want to make sure if you're using painter's tape too that you push down really hard around the edges of your shape, so that the paint doesn't bleed underneath it. Pictures that would work best for a project like this would be ones that are centered on someone's face but has a lot of blank space around it, so you can build that frame kind of effect around it without cutting off someone's ears. You know what I mean? So paint all the way around it. Like I said, you'll probably need 2 coats to cover it. So this could be used for like a memory jar or a vase. You just want to make sure that you don't fill it with water, because that will wreck the picture that's inside of it. Just set a smaller cup inside with water in it for the flowers. So I did one up ahead of time. It's still a little bit wet, but I'm going to peel my painter's tape off to show you what the finished product should look like. Oh, see, I didn't press mine in far enough. My paint bled. But there we go. A Mother's Day gift for my mom. That's little 3-year-old Nicole and her mom, Helen. many, many years ago. I was very small. Okay, you guys, have fun crafting, and I hope that your moms and your grandmoms and your stepmoms and your surrogate moms and all the moms out there have the most wonderful Mother's Day. Take care, everybody.